In the shadow of the Colosseum, where the echoes of gladiators and emperors once filled the air, lies a tale of a civilization that shaped the world. The Roman Empire was not just a kingdom. It was a machine of power, a stage for the greatest dramas of human ambition. Today, we'll take you on a journey through the most gripping stories of Rome's rise, its zenith, and its unforgettable fall. At the heart of Rome's tale is the man who would change everything, Julius Caesar, a brilliant general, a cunning politician, and a man destined for greatness. But his rise to power was anything but smooth. In 60 BCE, Caesar formed the first triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus, an alliance that would dominate Rome. Yet, as his power grew, so did the jealousy of his rivals. The Senate, fearing his influence, ordered Caesar to disband his army. But Caesar knew that without his legions, he was a man without a throne. So, he made a choice that would change history. With the words, "Alia iacta est," the die is cast, he crossed the Rubicon River with his army, sparking a civil war that would leave Rome in ashes and Caesar as its master. The Senate, realizing too late the monster they had created, conspired against him. On the Ides of March, 44 BCE, a group of senators, including his closest friend Brutus, stabbed Caesar to death at the foot of Pompey's statue. As Caesar lay dying, he uttered his famous last words, "Et tu, Brute," and "you, Brutus." This betrayal would haunt Rome for centuries, but Caesar's legacy lived on through his adopted son, Octavian, who would become Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. Augustus ruled with wisdom, bringing peace to a fractured empire. Yet the seeds of destruction were already sown. The imperial system, where one man held absolute power, was a recipe for chaos. One of the most infamous emperors in Roman history was Caligula, a man whose name has become synonymous with madness and tyranny. His reign started with promise, but soon descended into madness. He declared himself a living god, engaged in incestuous relationships with his sisters, and even considered making his horse a consul. His reign of terror ended when he was stabbed to death by his own guards in 41 CE. The Roman Empire reached its zenith under emperors like Trajan and Marcus Aurelius, who expanded its borders and brought prosperity. But as the empire grew, so did its problems. Corruption, external threats, and economic strain began to chip away at its foundations. In 378 CE, the Battle of Adrianople marked a turning point. The Roman legions were decimated by the Visigoths, and the empire would never fully recover. One of the most poignant stories of Rome's decline is the tale of Romulus Augustulus, the last Roman emperor. In 476 CE, the barbarian king Odoacer deposed him, marking the end of the Western Roman Empire. The once mighty empire had fallen, its glory reduced to dust. Yet, the Roman Empire's legacy lives on. Its laws, architecture, and language form the bedrock of modern civilization. Even as the empire crumbled, its stories remind us of the duality of human nature, our capacity for greatness, and our vulnerability to greed, ambition, and hubris. As we gaze upon the ruins of the Colosseum, we're reminded that the Roman Empire was not just a civilization. It was a mirror held up to humanity. Its rise and fall teach us that true power comes not from dominion over others, but from the strength of our character. The empire may have fallen, but its stories will forever captivate and inspire us. Like, share, subscribe for more stories.